Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I don't know if I've ever seen someone who is on a crusade more to hype up a undervalued champion than my friend Allison, who reminds people she can use Ronin without being a hacker. And Allison and Cybral, I think is the name of it. That's where this gameplay comes from, Cybral. And this is Ronin in Battlegrounds. Now we can see Ronin in Battlegrounds. Now, he's fighting Thing, not the highest rated Thing. I mean, let's be honest, 15,290 versus 9,589 should be a mismatch, especially when you've got the class advantage. But it's still worth noting that so many times, nodes are not a problem for Ronin. He just counters so many of them. And so here we're about to see an example of that. But part of why I love watching good Ronin players is the intercept ability, where I just don't have that, and I also am not brave enough to try it. And there's an example of the intercepting, and look how much the crit damage increases as the intercept happens. Look at that. 2 intercepts. He's just so smooth rolling back. He's on a rollback. It's like old Walmart. Roll back. Look at that. 6% health lost. I have yet to see somebody effectively use Ronin in Battlegrounds. But for those of you that love him, you start licking your chops when you see somebody like Thing, who normally would be a really solid defender. I also feel bad for this person that's using Hitmonkey against Nimrod. Unawakened 6-star Hitmonkey versus an awakened 6-star Nimrod. That's probably not going to end well for that summoner. I would definitely have guessed that the fight would last more than a minute, and it certainly has. Now you're just waiting for the results. I'm going to guess, because I haven't watched this, of course. I'm going to guess... I was going to guess 38,000. I've been wrong. 40,000. Okay, so example number 2 against a very frustrating Mangog. Still, the crits are amazing. Also, I'm really terrible at dexing that special too, so that by itself is amazing. Intercepting, crits for days. Intercept. Look at those intercepts. So smooth. This was from Cybral. Not in Battlegrounds. Now, let's check out a different matchup. Cybral with Ronin. By the way, are you trying to punk people by saying you're uncollected? Surely you're trying to punk somebody. I should just go to Battlegrounds and just say I'm a conqueror. Or a contender. Alright, let's check this out. Stacks the bleed to start. Intercepts like a pro. Gets a parry in. Baits a heavy. Counters. That's my usual strategy against Sir Nicholas Fury. And that. Building up to a special 2. But the intercepting is just flawless. And yes, it does help that he does not have Suicide Masteries on. So you don't have to worry about that recoil damage. Another special 2. Obviously, with Nick Fury not even getting to the real Nick Fury stage, it's going to be a longer fight than normal. And he did make a mistake, which it was nice to see for once. I don't know about you, but I can never identify well with perfect gameplay. That's just not me. I mean, once in a blue moon, I'll do that, but not usually. Alright, hits into the block. Stays aggressive. Still lost less than 30% health. Now you want that damage to tick down. There is the special 2. And from here, stay aggressive. Bait the heavy, roll back. Bait the heavy again. And just like that, finishing with the dex of a special 2, It was almost a full fight. 17, 16 seconds left now. But, hey. He defeated Nick Fury. Kitty Pryde was unable to defeat his Nick Fury. And then here is another, on paper, matchup you don't want to see. Immortal Abomination with Ronin. Now, I would think on paper this would not be a good idea. Bates the special. Bates the heavy. Special one. Look at those purifications. Disorient, bleed. Now he's taken some poison damage. Not entirely purified. And just like the Walmart analogy, he's still on a roll. He's still on a rollback. And that special one from Mortal Abomination's on a roll too. But look at how he's still only taken about 18% damage, mostly from the poisons. And those intercepts are so flawless. A lot of champions by now would have been knocked out because of that poison damage, but purifying helped so much. And yes, he won. Because I guess his opponent wasn't able to take down his Symbiote Supreme. Oh, I haven't seen him as a defender. That's fascinating. And there you go. Well, Allison and Cybril, thank you for the gameplay. Truly a great amount of information to see a Battlegrounds attacker as Ronin. Something to think about. This champion continues to be underrated, even by me. She will not stand for it. He will not stand for it. That's why this video exists.